Just wanted to give you a brief rundown on the data mining for finance data. What we have here is a mechanism whereby we can obtain data. It might be useful for us to take a look and see what this table looks like. Basically, we have a two-dimensional array of data with row vectors and string vectors, and we use these row vectors and string vectors to populate the two-dimensional data array. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take a quick look and see how our financial data can be obtained through public systems. So what we have here is a URL. You can see the URL right in through here, and we can print out the URL. See if we can get it. Yep, here it is. What we'll do is we'll copy this URL, and then we'll put it into our screen, and now we can see ticker symbol, company name, market cap, forward price earnings ratio, forward price divided by free cash flow per share. We have the book value, price per share, cash per share, earnings per share over the next 5 years will be growing at 8.13%. We'll have 15.89 billion shares outstanding. This is Apple now, so it's big. And it looks like we've got a debt per share divided by equity, which is equal to the book value. So that's debt per share divided by book value per share. And then we have a price. And so that's the price that Apple experienced last. What we'd like to do is write a program that extracts all of this information from this nice public facility. And so what we've devised is a mechanism for doing just that. Here we're going to take the URL, which makes a connection. Then we're going to use a framework called jsoup, which will read in the HTML, obtain the response, get all the tables in the response, and then we're going to take one of those tables and get some CSV data off that table. So let's take a quick look and see how that works. And there we go. So now we can see the ticker. Here's the header right up in here. Here's the ticker. Here's the company name, which is Apple Incorporated. The market cap, which is $2.3 trillion. That's 2,348 billion. Forward PE ratio, price divided by free cash flow per share, book value per share, cash per share, our earnings per share over the next 5 years as they grow 8.13%. Number of shares outstanding 15.89 billion, and the debt divided by equity, that's the debt per share divided by book value. And then here comes the price, $151.92. And that is how we get the data. But then the question is, how shall we populate a data structure in order to be able to use the data? So what I have done is I have created something called finviz data. And so I created my own little data structure which contains all of that information, and I populated it by hand by default. I'm going to expect you guys to be able to do it. And notice the total debt can be computed as the debt to equity ratio. That's debt divided by book value per share times book value per share. That'll give you debt per share. And then number of shares outstanding, that'll give you total debt. So that's one of those basic computations you can do. Also notice that the outstanding share, that's a long number. It's a very big number. So you can't just use like ints because that won't fit. A lot of numbers in finance are like that. The percentage is expressed as a fraction of 1, which kind of makes sense. I put getters and setters into everything just to make things neat, nice and neat. And then I put in a thing here called the header. So if you want to, you can print out the header just by calling getHeader and then printing it. And then what I did over in here was I formatted all of the variables and put the market cap in divided by 1,000,000,000, just so you could see it in billions. And then when you go to the header, you can see that there's a B in front of it so that billions can be printed. And then when you go to print, you can go and you can say run, and you should be able to see exactly what comes out. Right? And so that's the sort of thing you want to be able to populate, and we can make that a little homework assignment for you guys. So there you have it. Hope you like my little demo. Talk to you later. Bye.